Good morning. We've got to all the social media fans out there, partners in the business, agents, friends, past clients, and all of our people that we know. Thanks you for being on the Greg Ryan Show. Today, we always like to bring value and information for the public, agents, brokers, and people to use. This is for all of us. Today, we're going to be talking about the all important property inspection, whether it's residential, commercial, industrial, agricultural, all of it matters, right? Office space. You have to inspect that property because it's probably your biggest asset in your life for most people, or it's one of the biggest. So you're going to spend two, three, four, 500, 1,000, a million, $2 million on a property or more, and you don't want to spend 250 to $500 for an inspection to know exactly what you've got. That's just what I call cray. You have to take care of your business and do a home inspection. So this is great information. Today we have Tony DeMore. Tony DeMore with Final Touch Inspections. We use them consistently on our inspections. Our clients in the residential commercial space love him on this, and he does a great job protecting our clients to get to know exactly what they've got on a property. So then we can ask for repairs and different things we'll get into. So Tony, welcome aboard.
Thank you, Greg.
Let's
Nice being here.
Let's help the public and the agents realize how important these home inspections are, right?
Oh, yeah, it's huge. You know, safety is always number one. We want to make sure that our clients are always safe in the space that they buy and, and make them aware of potential hazards the house may have.
Absolutely. So maybe we give one example each. Let me give you an example. I bought my first home in 1996 and went from renting for years into home ownership, which is the smartest thing I ever did. I was scared when I bought my first house in 1996. I was paying a lot in rent where I could have bought a house for the same price, and they were taking a lot more taxes out because I didn't get the big tax benefit of home ownership, right, which is huge. We're thousands of dollars back every year on my tax returns, and I could claim a higher tax and still make money from having that exemption. That being said, I made that move in 1996, and I spent all that money. It was a brand new house, and I was thinking, a brand new house, the builder has a warranty. I don't need to worry about a home inspection. Don't need one. I'm going to save my $200. Now it's about $300. So I didn't do it, and it was quite difficult to get the builder out there to take care of those problems that we had with the house. And that's just from not knowing much about homes in 1996, right? I know a lot more about it as a real estate professional in the area, selling over 750 homes and properties and ranches, et cetera, so far. That being said, going back to when I first bought my first home, I didn't do an inspection, and it would have paid for itself 10 times over because I still don't know exactly what was wrong with that property, even though it was brand new. And I kept having to call the builder. I found the roof leak. We had a roof leak. Brand new home, tile roof. We had this electrical not working. So had I done a home inspection, if I would have had Tony come over, do a home inspection, then I would have known exactly what I had. I could have gave that builder a list, right, of things to repair before I closed the transaction, before the builder got their money, and the home would have been 100%, right?
Right.
Now let's fast forward to that example, to example two, the real life thing that happened to me on the second time around. I built a home in the Madera Ranchos in 2004, moved in 2005 in June, brand new. That time I learned that, Greg, you're doing a home inspection. So I got my home inspector out there, went through the whole home. The builder comes out. The builder sees us doing a home inspection. He goes, we're about to close the transaction. Why are you doing a home inspection? Comes with a warranty. I go, because you guys aren't going to do your own inspection, and I need to know what's wrong with this brand new house because the other one I bought had a lot of issues. So the home inspector found 13 issues, including another roof leak, because you can see daylight coming through the roof on a brand new house. Thank God I did the home inspection. So I had a list of 13 items, and I said, as soon as you fix these, my inspector will come back and double check. We'll sign off and we'll close the transaction. You see, you got to do the home inspection before you close the transaction So you have the leverage over the seller or the builder, whether it's new or used. Do a home inspection. Got to do one.
Yes.
So that was my two examples, and I've learned. So it's your biggest asset that most people have in their whole life, and you're going to spend. Let's just take a number: 350,000, and you don't want to spend $350 on a home inspection or 300. Come on, guys, you got to do it.
Exactly.
So that was my example. Tony, what do you got?
Well, just like the other day for our client, it was around $300 for the home inspection. They really didn't want to do it, but just one item alone, the seller had put a pet door in the fire rated door from the garage to the house. That alone offset the cost of that home inspection on just one item we found on the house. So it's very important to get those home inspections done.
Yeah, because there's been some of the inspections we've done where we've probably found $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 of things, maybe more, right?
Oh yeah.
Some potential roof leaks, things
Yeah.
that need to be addressed for roof certification, water heaters that weren't working, rotten doors, termites, leaky plumbing from underneath the house, just a lot of issues. And you want to know what you've got. So even in most cases, right, the sellers, the process is like this, right? So we look at the properties, we write an offer, we get your offer accepted here with the rights team, eXp Realty Fresno. And then once we go into escrow, we get our inspections done. So we go out, we meet you at the property with Tony, our home inspector. We go through the whole house. Once we get those reports in 24 to 48 hours, we meet again or talk over the phone virtually. And you have the inspection, we have it, and we ask for a request for repairs. It's called a request for repairs. Remember that, guys. And you ask for that request for repairs. The seller has the decision to make. Are they going to fix it all? Are they going to fix some of it or none of it? Right?
Right.
But we should ask for the request for repairs and see what the seller's willing to do. Most sellers are reasonable, and they'll take care of the things that they feel are important, if not everything, the important items, right? So you have that information. Whether they fix it or not, you'll have it to get it fixed anyway. If you don't like what you see in the home inspection, it gives you the opportunity to say, hey, there's too many things wrong with this house. I'm going to cancel the transaction. So cancel. Let's see if the seller will give you a credit or if the seller will fix those things, right? And then if not, you have the right to cancel within that 7-day period, okay? So that's what the importance of that home inspection is for. It pays for itself many times over and gives you a huge peace of mind, right, Tony?
Exactly. It's like buying that used car with that Carfax. That Carfax certifies that car has been free of defects, no accidents, or what kind of accident it was. So this is the same thing for your home. Make sure it's nice and safe for you guys.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. She gave me one example. Give another example. Give one that's a little bit bigger than that item. So you did a home inspection. You found, this kind of stuff. And the client was like really happy that you found it, that they did an inspection. Can you give us an example like that?
Yeah, I would say,
have 100 of them, but just pick one.
I would say one that really stood out was the seller tried hiding water damage. So you can hide a lot behind a fresh coat of paint, but with our thermal imaging gun technology, saw through all that fresh paint, and we saw all the damage that had happened to a living room. We called it out as needing further inspection and repair. Contractor showed up, opened up the wall, and it's just full of mold. Had to get in there with remediation, but with all that water damage, it attracted termites. So you would have never known that just visibly looking at the house by yourself. It took that technology that we have, that we put in place and we use on the house to find all that hidden damage. It was too much for the buyers. They backed out, but that $300 inspection saved them, hundreds of thousands of dollars for a house that needed a lot of repairs.
And now when you start talking about mold, albeit it's kind of rare, it is out there. It could cost you your life if you're not careful, especially when don't see it,
Yeah.
So that's a great thing to bring to the table. And we've done a lot of inspections with you on our properties with our clients, and we find a lot of things. So that is really the importance of the home inspection. So Tony, when you go to a home inspection, what is the process during the home inspection? I understand it, but I want you as the professional to explain to the public what. So we all meet there. The client, we ask that the clients meet us there with you. So the agent is there, their agent me, or one of our agents on our rights team here at EXP, you, and then the clients. Um, where do you start? What do you go over on the home?
So it starts right here in the office. Our reporting software, I actually do uh, a little investigative work on the house. So I type in the address, it pulls up all the permits that have ever been pulled on the house. I'm looking at pictures of the house before I ever come out to the property. Once we get to the property, um, I usually walk around the house once or twice, and then we start on the roof. So I let the buyers know, hey, you're more than welcome to follow me on the home inspection through the whole property, but you can't get on my ladder, you can't get on the roof. So we start on the roof and we work our way down. So we're looking for, all sorts of defects. We know it's a used house, so we're not going to nitpick it to death, but we're looking for obvious repairs that need to be done. So once that happens, I walk the buyer around the house. I show them how to use every feature of the house, how the breaker panels work, where it's at in case power goes out. Okay, if you have a water leak, where is the main to turn the water off? Usually there's no need for the buyer to turn the gas main off, but I make them aware of where that's at also, where all the cleanouts are at. Hey, if your trap in the kitchen backs up, this is the cleanout on the side of the house. You can snake it out. So there are other inspection companies out there that will give you like a 1 year, what am I thinking of? They'll sign you up with a company called Porch. And so if you ever need something done, okay, you have a 1 year, oh boy, my brain. I need some more coffee, Greg.
I know, that's why I drink mine. Coffee's for soldiers, so I love my.
Yeah. So anyways, Porch is a referral company across the nation. They don't know any service providers by name, but once you become part of the Final Touch family, the buyer that owns that property, for as long as they own it, they can come to us or you or whatever agent is using us, and they can be like, hey, Tony, I need an electrician. Okay. Well, I have service providers that I've worked with that I would trust to work on my house or your house that I would allow into my house. So it's a much more personal experience than what you would get by having a 1 year membership to something like Porch. So if you have a problem and you can't figure it out, I'd say a couple months ago, I was taking my wife to dinner. So we're driving up to Fresno. The client calls me, had just moved in about 3 days. Tony, I can't get the electrical panel open to turn off the breaker to change a light fixture. He said he had been trying for over half an hour. So I asked my wife, I'm like, hey, do you mind if we swing by and, take half an hour out of our. She's like, no, go for it. So we drove out to Clovis, helped him actually open the service panel door so that he could turn off the breaker. So that's kind of the experience you get with us. It's a much more personal experience for all of our clients.
Absolutely, and I love your reports. Full color, you pinpoint all the issues, and you have a little note below it so that we can ask for those request repairs, and it's very easy for the layman, the beginning home buyer or property buyer, whatever, whether it's commercial or residential, that they see it very clearly, easy to understand, and can ask for those repaired accordingly. Now we also have, so we understand, we went over a couple stories of how important it is to have the home inspection. We talked about the things that you do. from the roof all the way down to the circuit breakers, right? Water heaters, doors, windows. You're just checking everything. And there's issues with every house, some lesser, some more.
Right.
What about these? What about now? That's for buyers. However, that also protects the sellers, right? Because now they have disclosure on the property. When there's lawsuits involved in real estate, it's the sellers are usually in a little bit of an issue with the buyer because they didn't disclose. Usually it's not on purpose. They don't know what's going on with the house, so they don't disclose things that they don't know.
Right.
So the buyer home inspection also protects the seller because now the seller knows. Because when we send a request for repair to the seller for working on the buying side, that report goes to the seller. Now the seller knows with a request for repairs, they can decide what they want to fix, right?
Right.
And everybody's can be out of the liability issue then, which is really great. And now you have, so I love, we do a lot of listings here. So a lot of our sellers, and we like them to be in a safe spot too. So sometimes we like to do what we call a seller pre-inspection. So it's an inspection that you would do, Tony, for a seller on a property before they list a property. Tell me about that, and tell me about the approximate cost.
So it's basically the same thing, Greg. Same cost, same absolute inspection. But you're right. The seller doesn't. How many times have you climbed up on your roof? Probably never. So same thing. Seller is maybe not aware of these potential issues in the house that could cost thousands of dollars that would hang up the transaction. So by doing that pre-listing inspection, taking care of the pest section 1 repairs up front, and having that home inspection, I guarantee you that transaction is going to go so smooth for everyone, and it's going to make everyone look like rock stars. Sometimes the seller doesn't have the money, so through the process of doing the inspection for the buyer side, we're going to come across thousands of dollars worth of repair that's going to hang up that transaction potentially. So by doing it up front, everyone's, at least the seller's in more of the know. Okay, here's what we've got to do to get the house market ready. So
right. And in many cases, we can have our handyman or contractor go out for the seller and say, look, we'll get these things done. Okay, this is what we do with the rights team. If you really do Fresno, get our handyman or contractor to go out and help the seller with things that they can't do or they don't have time to do, get those things repaired, and at the close of escrow, get paid.
There you go.
We have ways to help the sellers too. And then now we have a certified home. So if a seller gets a pest inspection and does a certification, the home inspection certification, it's a certified home. Certified homes are typically worth more than an uncertified home. You don't have to negotiate the product because it's certified and ready to go home. So the buyers can't get the seller in contract and say, hey, I found these issues. I want to drop the price down $5,000 or $10,000. No, the house is done, certified. We're good. It is what it is. Because if that buyer doesn't move forward, another buyer will quickly. So
exactly,
having the certified home, release of liability, right?
Right.
Seller, the buyer's got feeling good about it because he knows exactly what he's got. So everybody wins. So I like the seller pre-inspection, just like we like to do with our sellers when we list property on the pest inspection, right? So
right. And who has time to move into a house paying full price and want to have to do the repairs right after moving in? Wouldn't you much rather just make that payment and know that all the repairs have been done to the house and you can just move on with life?
Move on with life. Absolutely. I like that. So it looks like we're going to be doing one in Merced, a pre-inspection along with a pest. And we're going to go through that. We're going to make everything certified. So it'll be ready to go.
Ready to go.
And the buyers will be happy because the list is already done. Inspection, pest inspection, home inspection, everything's ready. So we just bought that home. We're going to It's a very clean home, but we're going to dial it in perfect and put it back on the market and get it sold quickly. And they're going to have a certified home. So
Certified home.
that's going to be on 2568 North Drake, north side of Merced. Pretty nice. So yeah, we handle everything from Atwater to Porterville, and from the
Mm-hmm.
both mountain ranges here, foothill ranges in the Central Valley. So we go up and down the valley, based out of Fresno, Madera, Clovis, though, for the main part of it. Well, that's great. So we talked about the pre-inspection, the importance of the home inspection. What are the costs? What's the cost of a home inspection? What's it go by square footage of the home, Tony?
Yeah. So there's a couple factors. Square footage. So you're looking at anything 2,000 square feet or under starts at 275 for us.
275 for 2,000 or less. Okay, and then what?
Okay. And so then it goes by the age also. So if it's older than 50 years old, you're combining new technology with old. There's usually more to inspect. So
Sure.
we charge an additional $50 fee for that.
Okay, if it's over 50, that makes sense. There's a lot more things, and you have to be diligent. So if you're looking at tube type of wiring, if you're looking at the different insulation, different types of roofs, the old plumbing, you have to be a lot more diligent. And you're adding technology. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so most of the homes aren't over 50. So 275 for 2,000 square foot. Then it goes to what, 300?
To 300.
And then that's over 2,000 square feet to what, 2,500?
Let me tell you right now. So 2001 to 2,500 is 300.
300. Okay. That's pretty good. And then up above that a little bit more. But around $200.
Usually goes out in like $25 increments for every 500 square feet.
Nice. So that's a very small investment. It's not a cost to me, it's an investment, because your home is going to be one of your biggest investments, or your commercial property, or your office space, or your ranch home, or whatever it is that we're working with you on, sellers and buyers, to have that home inspection or to have that property inspection done. So you're going to get one more than that. Like we did yesterday, we did a home inspection, right? Tony, you were with us there. We did 2 of them yesterday.
Yeah.
For our buyers, and we found that door with the doggy door with the so that killed the fire rated door. And the fire rated door from a garage to the main home is a solid core door made to stop a fire if it starts in the garage, so it doesn't come into the house. Well, when you put a little puppy, I love my puppy, so they got a doggy door, but that just allows the fire to come in, so that put a risk into the house, so we got to deal with that now. So that's a $300 cost probably for that door to get replaced and taken care of, to get the right insurance on the home. It could have an insurance issue on the home, so that'll probably need to be addressed for the insurance broker, to get insurance on the property. It could, and the importance of that is huge. So that's what I mean. Then that could have also health and safety, because somebody could get sick, lose their life if there's a fire. So there's more than just monetary money. It's you're talking about health and safety of people, so that's huge,
And it's it's a 20-minute fire rated door. So let's say a fire does start, it gives first responders usually enough time to get there and battle the blaze before it spreads from the garage. So the garage has that firewall that separates it from the rest of the house, and that door is supposed to do the same thing. Most people don't know that you're not supposed to put a hole through that fire rated door from the garage to the house. So everyone find a different place to put your pet door.
Yeah, and that brings up another quick topic of value from a real estate agent like myself that has a lot of knowledge to share with the buyers and sellers, but also from you on the inspection side. We go through the home. When we do inspections, we take the buyer through the complete home, right, Tony? We have a list of handyman contractors for different areas of the home too, and we're able to answer all their questions and provide them that information, so that when they have something come up, they can get the right people at the right price to get the truth and not have to worry about it. So there's a lot of value that me and you have as a 1-2 punch for the sellers and the buyers to help the clients, which is huge, because that's That's what they want. People they can trust and then save some money if they ever do need some help, right?
That's right.
And by taking them through the home, we explain to them the circuit breaker does this, the water heater does that, the instant hot water does this, the here's the appliances. We all know what they do. Here's what this does or what that does. So they understand the home pretty good, where they didn't understand that before they went over during the home inspection. So they get a kind of like you buy a new car and we're taking you through the new car. We're taking you through so you get an understanding of it. So it has another benefit too, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
To take that, give it that what we call Class A #1 service, and I give you that like you say, the final touch. We just do that little extra because it matters a lot to people, and we realize that it's buyers and sellers, one of their biggest investments, most likely. Well, anything you want to add, Tony?
No, I just want to say thank you for having me on the show this morning, and it's great being part of the team and seeing us all grow. And it's all about helping people. I love helping people. I want to be there for them through the whole course of it. And so, I just love what I do, and so do you. So it makes a great team.
Oh yeah, I love real estate buyers and sellers and everything else involved. So you can get a hold of Tony there. It's on the screen. Tony Demore, www.finaltouchinspections.com. That's Tony Demore, www.finaltouchinspections.com. And you can call him at what number, Tony?
It'll be 559-230-7432.
559-230-7432.
Yep.
Great. And as always, as an EXP office here in the greater area, the Central Valley, we love to talk with agents about what we can do for them in their real estate world. If you're a brand new agent, want to get the right coaching and training, I have free coaching and training for you. If you're a medial agent wanting to up your production, save money, net more money, keep more money in your pocket, and have a $500 free lead package from EXP and other things, of course, give me a call. We'll go to gregwrights.com. And high producing agents and teams that want to produce it at even a higher level and or keep more money in their pocket and get 100% commission. We have all of that here at EXP, including the infamous $500 free CRM lead package. That's pretty awesome. Call Greg Wrights 559-260-1777 to join EXP, 559-260-1777, and or gregwrights.com. Gregwrights.com, right on your screen. We love helping people. We love the sellers, buyers, and other agents. We want everybody to have a successful life and know that people care out there, especially nowadays. We really do. Well, guys, until next time, we'll talk to you soon. Tony, we'll see you at the next home inspection. And
sounds good, Greg.
Let's have a blessed day. All right.
All right. You too. All right. See ya.
Bye-bye.